Welcome to the pre-match press conference of the game between Hyderabad FC and Kerala Blasters FC. Here we have head coach of Kerala Blasters, Mr. Ivan Vukovic, and player Freddy. The floor is open for questions. Coach, last game in the league stage. How do you approach this game?
Well, with a smile, with a good motivation, with big enthusiasm that you want to close down this chapter on a positive note. Very happy with the response of many young players because they're fighting for their spot, especially players who did not play a lot in the last period. It's very important for them to get the playing time. And of course, taking care about certain things, not taking risks. You know, we'll see also have to check about players with the yellow cards, if you want to allow them to play or not, because it will be very important to have everybody available for the playoffs.
We are talking about youngsters. A game against Northeast, we have started with a comparatively new team with a lot of youngsters. Can we expect a similar team in the Hyderabad game as well?
Maybe, but we also want to get back some of our players, from the first squad as well. We want to stay in that positive shape and positive rhythm. That the players later also who will be there for the playoffs. Some of them will recover after injuries against East Bengal. Some of them will have to be still very careful. We want to go there with a strong team, to compete in order to get a positive result, of course. Again, if you speak about Northeast game, it was a tough challenge, new goalkeeper, the whole new team. If you compare to the beginning of the competition and saying, let's say, players from starting 11, it was kind of, Pritam was there, Miloš was there, then many new players who played, especially like Freddy after injury. It was crucial for him also to get back in a shape. It was kind of a new team, especially young players. For them it's important to recognize feeling playing in ISL, seeing all the stadiums and everything. So we'll see some of them probably against Hyderabad, but we want to go also with a strong team, of course.
Talking about no team, Lara has played a game after a year and he has played really well. Now, what is the thought of him, his game?
But again, I should praise and we should all say well done for Lara. Last time he played, I think somewhere October 2022. So after so long to get on the pitch, deliver that kind of game, as a young goalkeeper, it's difficult, and he did it good, for all the reasons, like he's working good. He had a really difficult season, many difficult moments, personal issue, losing a member of his family. His father passed away. So we're happy for him and for all youngsters, how they improve, how they show themselves. It's very important for the club as well to have that kind of asset, because you can count on those players in the future. We know that Lara is on loan. We'll see later if there is any possibility to have him. So he's a good goalkeeper, he's a good young goalkeeper, great asset for Indian football.
Can we expect him in the playoffs as well, as a playing goalkeeper?
Yeah, we have like now, except Sachin, who was operated at the beginning of April. Now, so all the other goalkeepers are available. So it could happen that we have Lara and Kari in the golden players. So we'll decide it later. So most probably now in the game against Hyderabad, we'll see again Lara on the goal. So we want to continue to have that playing time for some players as well.
Freddy, you have been injured for a while and you are now fit to play. And how do you see the games ahead of you, including the playoffs?
Yeah, every match is important, and now especially it's going to be our last match of the league, and we want to win the game and get the best result as we can, so that we can get a better, better game in the playoff, and get good energy, positive energy, and I'm happy to get back on the team after a long injury, and I will do everything for the team and help to win the game.
Because what is the fitness condition of Dini right now? He has been with the Northeast squad, and what is the condition of Dini right now?
He's with the medical staff. Currently, he's not training with the team fully. So we'll see now. He will not be going to Hyderabad with the team. We'll see when we come back. what will be his condition, when and how he will continue with the team. So, seeing the fact that later we continue immediately with the playoffs, it can be doubtful, but we hope that he'll be okay later to join the team during the next week. So, some of those players we were missing the last period of, let's say, 10 days when we had these 3 games with 2 difficult trips to Jamshedpur and Northeast. We lost a couple of key players again. Now there is a big question mark if they will be available for playoffs. So, which is kind of disappointing for us as a coaching staff, as a club. I was hoping that, closer we are going to playoffs, that we will be in a situation to build up, to prepare the team to enter the playoffs, as strong as we can. Now we see where the fixtures, how it happens and everything, what happened that actually you got some of your players destroyed before the playoffs even started. So, if any advice I can give maybe for next year to Federation or ISL to take in consideration these kind of things when it comes to end of the season, playoffs, or these kind of things, because if the fixtures don't allow you to get ready as a team, then so what's the point? Instead of building up and being ready, getting the chance, giving chance to the teams to prepare for the playoffs, to have that kind of great end of the season, not only for us, but for any club. So instead of that, this year we are experiencing like teams are destroyed, out of force, bad quality of football, low level of football, and everybody's entering like in playoffs, especially us now, like destroyed even before we started. So then we were hoping, okay, let's go with the best team, but if it's not the case later, so it's kind of disappointing. So for the next year, if they want to consider these kind of things, maybe to change it, to try to improve, because these improvements are needed. Otherwise, what's the point? You are hoping, preparing for something, and then with that fixtures or trips, 8 flights in 7 days, only 1 training session, exhausting trips and everything, you cannot recover, and you have to play 3 games in these 7 days. For the players, it's a killing stuff. It's difficult. It's not that you have to go 1 hour by somewhere. It's like 13 hours trip going back without excuses. But for the players, it's exhausting. They cannot hold it, especially not now, because weather-wise, the climate changed a little bit. They had rotation, and players got injured really quickly. So we'll see later when we get back from Hyderabad. We'll see later what the situation with Dimi, with some other players, with Fedor, with Luna. So actually now the situation that you want to enter the playoffs, but you don't have those players.
But as the table stands now, maybe it will be a away game against Odisha. It's a long travel again in this month. So how do you see that playoff game against Odisha with a long travel?
But again, now in this situation, it doesn't matter. Like if we now end up, where we are. So playoff game, knockout phase, it's 1 game. So you try to prepare the best way you can. Try to be as strong as you can. You go there and you fight 90 minutes, 95, 120, whatever it is. You fight for the qualification, that's it. There is no, you don't have to calculate. There is nothing to calculate about. You go there, you fight, you give your best, you give everything. That at the end, I like that feeling, whether you win or lose at the end of the game, that you have no regret. If you give everything and you lose, it means that, okay, today your opponent was better. So you then say, we gave everything. You have no regret afterwards. So with that approach, I would like later to approach the playoffs, and also the next game against Hyderabad as well. Fighting for every ball, for every duel, that the players realize we want to win that game at the end of the competition, giving everything and trying to get that positive feeling.
Also, Adrian Luna has been re-registered to the squad, and will he be able to play the game against Hyderabad or against the playoff?
Today the training session will decide it, afternoon. There is a possibility that he will travel with us to get some playing minutes, but it's still not certain. So hopefully that later he will be ready for the playoffs. Maybe the also point that Luna is sitting on 3 yellow cards, so also we have to take that in consideration, like, is it clever enough, risky enough, maybe if he's still not 100%, or with 3 yellow cards, because our experience from last 2 seasons is like, whenever we play that last game, whoever is on 3 yellow cards, first 10 minutes of the game, he gets the 4th one. So You know, this maybe we have a couple of them with 3 yellow cards. We'll decide today if they will play, because we want to have everybody available for the players. And these are Adrian, Pritam, Sandeep, and Azad.
So it's for the third time that under your coaching the team has entered the playoffs. So how do you think it will affect the team? Do you think that it will boost the confidence of the team to play under your coaching for the third time?
Well, you know, I have to go back a little bit and say the vision of the owners and the club since we arrived was to build up a strong unit, strong club, strong team that will be capable of participating and playing every year among the best, to be in top, to participate in fights, in playoffs. So all this big work, it's not about one coach, it's about players, it's about technical and medical staff, it's about people from PR, it's people from administration, management sector. All that, let's say, big group of people working together throughout the whole year has brought us today that we are third year in a row in the playoffs. For the club, as Kerala Blasters, seeing the fact where the club was standing before, it's a big achievement, nice achievement. We have to further build up on that. There are many big steps that have to be taken. We'll do our best. The feeling is good. The feeling is nice. I like the feeling when the fans can feel that joy, you know, after, let's say, a couple of years of disappointment, that you can have the hope and dream to make those surprises like we did in the first year maybe. But again, it's with the help of players. It's not about me as a coach, you know. I'm happy to have all those people around together in one good group, that we can all cooperate and create those things. So of course, I hope that the players will be motivated, because playing in playoffs is something special. I hope that they will give everything they have on the pitch, because being part of Kerala Blasters is something special. It's not easy. Let's say it's one of the most difficult clubs to be in India, because there are expectations, there are responsibility that you have to take, but it's a great feeling. I like it. I enjoy every moment in Kerala Blasters, every day in Kerala, here in Kochi. So, of course, it's a pleasure, it's a joy to be there, and we want to continue fighting for our fans, because they deserve to see us fighting. Thank you.